All right. Huh.
It's going to be interesting to see how this men's race goes today. Now, category 4, one of the last here. It was indeed the last course we were here on.
Here we go.
Time we were here on the Australia Outerloop course. The fastest time in category 4, 75 minutes 39 seconds. Obviously before the 6 categories. Now, category 3, Henry Yeast was the rider who took the win in category 3 last time. Well, actually, when we were here last year. He is in the mix. He's riding for the Outerloop Alliance, the second team on that team sheet today. Dylan Kennett from BMC3 is here. He took the sprint competition last week.
Like
Noel Beatty is here from Sirocco. He took the climbing competition last week. This could be up his street.
This week I'm trying SRC. It's been a while.
But a very long run.
Actually, it's been 10 months.
All 5 riders present. Rushford, Morgan, Ringwald.
Since it's 5 racing here.
They are joined by a huge
Thanks, that way.
I'm
not really sure what to expect.
Miller,
I've been placed in one of the lower caps.
Marvin Angelita,
have to renew my tall passport.
who we are in with at the moment as they roll out of the start pen. Ryan Duma is here, Pierre Fell, Patrick Karlstrom is here, and Van Velligem, one of the riders, ever strong. And it'll be good to see him race today. Now, Zach Patterson
I didn't
took
fit everything
place last week in this race.
streaming screen.
I think he's going to be one to watch as well today. Getting stronger and stronger. Goodall is always there or thereabouts. The pack rolling past already. Choose Cameron is in there. This could be a good course for him and Nico Pansara as well.
But this dynamic's really
Solar is there.
it's something else. So harder to see where you're at.
Bakken is at the top of the race field at the moment as they continue to push and continue to drive here. The pack is stretched. We've already lost one rider. We're coming to the steeper sections of this first climb.
And all of a sudden, we see it goes past
all
you.
these riders go up and over the top together. We lost 2 riders in the category 4 pack. That was it. I don't think we lost them. They just lost the intention back to the grid. Oh, there they are. They are still on screen. The category 3 pack is rolling.
Which is which avatar?
Is on the screen at the moment, and he's concentrating just to stay in the group at the moment and making sure he's in the right place. Danish rider, wanting to stay in contention, wanting to stay towards the 4 of the pack, not to get distance off the back. Rushmer is the rider behind him, and Bloom is there, Kochakov as well, and the pack stretching a little on the front, but not too much. This pack, I think, is all going to come back together again now they're up and over the top, and they're going to roll on towards the aquarium tunnel and then into the Canberra climb at the 15.3 kilometre marker.
Hey, Josh.
So category.
Yeah, I don't know why I got placed in cat 3. There's some good guys in here still.
Sydney Sprint.
I expect it to be in cat
5
2.
out of the start pen as well. 5 minutes behind.
That's where
6.
where I was placed
4 minutes
a year ago.
later. Then 4 minutes later. I just need to think really today, don't I? It's category 4, 5 minutes later. Category 3, Mathias Kalman. He doesn't have a confused brain. He knows his numbers.
Just trying to watch.
They started 5 minutes behind category 4, and there's 10 minutes to go before category 2 come out of the start
Just to get a feel.
He even had time to wave. And nice jersey.
But I think you could see
very,
for
very nice jersey.
cat 3
Polish
in different
jersey
other races.
Mathias Kalman's
The average
shoulders. That red and white
wasn't that
looking
high.
really good. Patrick Bloom right at the front of the race.
But I think for now,
in charge. 4 out of our 6 race categories now out on to the race course. The sprint competition.
I'll just sit in on the first bit.
Hotting up. We saw category 6 go through the first sprint.
Surely there's some good climbers in here.
Michael Pruitt
Let's see if I can follow there, then
Vortec running him
maybe
close
push on the flat bit.
category 5. So Pruitt that will be the rider in the green skin suit in Category 5. In Category 4, Rick Vanner run close to the line from Francis Pino and Lewis Castro. But Van Erck, the rider in Category 4.
And if I don't push too hard here, just maybe I don't have to.
Corner of the screen. Category 3 have yet to run into that Sydney Sprint. They will be doing shortly. And it won't be long, I tell you, until Category 6.
But I could see that Gate C is in at 2
kilometers to go.
Dungal, one of the Danish
at the 6.1
good riders as well. He's in Cat 2.
In Category 4, they're about to drop into the Aquarium Tunnel, and this really is stretching the group. And it's interesting to see riders in Category 4 race thinking, well, we didn't drop many riders on that first climb. That was the first opportunity to drop riders before we got to the camera climb, and we only lost 2. Where's the next opportunity? Well, there's a small rise here.
Replicating the tempo.
And before then they climb out of it. That'll be the next opportunity. And a big stretch on the group. And I'll tell you something. Take something to hold your nerve in that group and stay in the drop. And stay with the group. With Juliano Dadson pushing it on the front. Delutes in with at the moment. Sanchez, Allport, Holt.
Is that a break attempt? I don't know.
All wanting to stay in the group at the moment. They're about to come into the descent. And we should see this group
I remember that last as well, that bit more perspective would be nice. Josh, if you're still on, let me know which camera you're using.
In the green skin suit,
alright, okay, Cat 3. I thought he said that. It was in Cat 3. That makes sense.
We're going to see a gap. We haven't seen a gap right at the back. We may see a second gap. We may see. This is a really important moment here now for these riders. They've got to close it down.
Right, that Patrick guy is getting ideally at below 4 kilo.
7 knots per kilo.
I'd rather sit on his wheel.
Well, no cap to close here.
I'm down here.
On here, and Bloom out front, maybe setting the sprint up for a teammate. You never know. Can't pass that Anzac squad. Lewis and on our screen. Green screen behind him. Right in the middle of that pack.
I think.
Ansara is there. Kalman is there. Gomez is there.
Becca, I don't know if he's in shape. He's riding quite a lot here.
Andrade, zone 4 at the moment, you can see, heart rate 136. And I would argue that's probably just ticking into that zone 4 section. Can you just try and hold the pace here? Just off the front. And like I say,
so I had a 12.5 kilometers warm-up.
Get a good run and a good draft.
MyWhoosh ride in quite a while.
On our screen, nice cadence, nice holding it there.
Not too much of a warm up.
He is giving a good gap for some riders to run into. Going into the sprint. His question is who's going to pick this up? And who's going to make the most of the draft that Bloom is giving?
I'm not going to sprint. It is. Okay. So I can see.
Look at this, 14 knots per kilo, 15 knots per kilo from Patrick Bloom. He's gone off the front of the group. No draft available to him in setting this sprint time. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. I can't see any of the other riders responding at the moment off the back of the group. Well, I count 1 or 2. But most of the group just trying to stay with the pace of the pack. Let's take a look and see where that puts Bloom at the moment in terms of that sprint competition.
Number 70 on the leaderboard.
Oh, man, scroll.
What a sprint.
Oh, second place. Nicholas Fournier.
Let me know, Josh, which angle you use.
Of the draft within the pack to take the green skin.
Then there's the thing about breaking away.
For second.
Because you have you create a gap.
Effort from Patrick Bloom, but
you have
just
coming from behind.
From Nicholas Fournier.
From categories.
Sprinting from within the pack.
Being a
making the most of the draft.
You set the climb down the back stage.
That's going to be an
then you will have essentially get one guy pacing more direct competitors. But everyone seems so dialed in on the
title bar at the top of the screen are in green. When they're black, the rider is
saving themselves for the time.
But at the moment you are seeing Henry Reese's power in the middle. You're seeing his heart rate 166 and his cadence 91 revs per minute. the pack are rolling at 45 kilometres an hour, and the pace of the pack can really be strong here on this Outerloop course. Now, we're talking about records, and Henry Yeast did indeed take a win on this course before last year in May, the 5th of May, the Sunday race called Qualifier 1. And Henry Yeast took the win in category 3. 73 minutes, 35 seconds. He's got that beautiful MyWhoosh bright jersey on today.
It's really
I'm very
demanding.
jealous. I really do love that
Not
jersey.
trying to say anything.
But Yeast resplendent in the MyWhoosh jersey. Feeling good. You always feel good when you're racing a course that you know you've ridden strongly before. Does add just a little bit of a psychological edge. Well, Yeast, with that psychological edge today in category 3, part and parcel of the pack about to drop into the aquarium. Category 2 are about to come out of the start pen, and well, category 2, the largest race field today. 55 riders on the start sheets today. 8 teams. The Abu Dhabi team, Ivan Yuki, the coach of the Abu Dhabi Cycling Club is here. Pinto Clamott, Darn for Cycling District 2, Andrew Downey.
Then again, so hard to see yourself.
Bengston, Thiem and Walter from the Smarties, Cloyston from the Hitmen, Altanaji and Hamden from the UAE Falcons, then X100, Popovich and SS from the UAE Frantic. Now, the message today to category 2, my view only, but this is an open race. Totally open. Only Christoph Thiem and Peter Milstein in this race field have got top 5 this month. Everybody else has gone up. 4 riders have progressed to category 1 this week. It's going to be interesting to see how they fare. They've been riding really strongly, but it's also going to be interesting to see who steps up into those top spots in category 2 today. Is it going to be Camille Danes? Is it going to be Kisnowski, Mundell, Nitko, Elos, Sultan, Bjorklund, Bjarhead, Goman, Sladek, Mendakowicz, Skierski, Wagner, Shuren, Guerra, Damsgaard, Simmons, Paredes, Stepan,
look at the screen.
Graves, Lane, Kennedy,
60 kilometers an hour.
Barrett, all one of the other riders that I haven't mentioned yet. Category 2, this is going to be a great race.
In-game.
Like I said, just 2 riders who have had a top
Just from a
5
visual
finish
perspective.
this month in the race because of progression from the other riders. Who has gone up? Josal Betty has gone up, but Ken has gone up. Khan Ken
But it could
has
be
gone
that
up.
I'm just
Peter Trzynski has gone
very,
up.
very, very
Paul Skierski has already gone up earlier this month. Marcin Trojanowski went up last month. We've
One
seen
thing though,
loads of
feels like the
progression
race
into
dynamics
category 1. Linda Milostic went
really
up
much better.
earlier on this year. They've been faring really well. I'm so interested to see what the Cairn brothers do in the spring competition in category 1 because they've both got a
Well,
real
thanks,
turn
Darren.
of
Thanks
speed.
for letting me know.
But
I'm trying to be
category
given
2 are out of
when
the
I'm
start
doing
pen.
other races in the future. Just a way I
Should go
can
well
use.
today. He really should. Jakob Bjorklund should be looking at this. They are pushing on here on this early time. In fact, Bjorklund setting the early
Do I have anything else?
pace. Ivan Yuki is following him, so is Peter Milostic. Those are the riders we should be seeing all the way through today. In fact, there you go. Ivan Yuki is at the Abu Dhabi Cycling Club on his trainer, doing what he does and putting the power into action.
Ooh, nice.
One of the coaches at the Abu Dhabi
Daniel
Cycling
Stitcom.
Club, racing on the Sunday Race Club regularly, and an absolute gent. Lovely, lovely man. Had the absolute pleasure of meeting him in November. And when you really wish one of your
Let me see if I can pull up
racing
the profile.
stars is as nice as they seem, and they're actually even nicer. Well, Ivan Yuki, absolute star of the Abu Dhabi Cycling Club, and a lovely gentleman to meet. Jakob Bjorklund on our screen now, and you can see there in the pain cave the shirts blowing
Where
in
did
the
I find that
breeze
again?
behind.
Go
The
back
fans are on
to them. Now. Then
lift the pace on category 2. Yuki Morales, Miros, Pendakowicz, David Dawn is in there, Kisnowski is there.
it'll be right down here now. It's going up a bit.
This is a long race, and we know that Canberra climb
And
is
rolling,
coming.
and then up.
And the Canberra climb is going to
Okay.
be really instrumental. Well, the Canberra climb is going to be really instrumental. But I can tell you something, the riders here in category 2
Kind of looking forward to
are
see.
going to be so well matched on it. I wouldn't be surprised. No,
Yeah.
you're tired already. The emotes on MyWhoosh allowing the riders to communicate.
I kind of figured that she was Swedish when I was there.
They can
Swedish guy raced for STR.
They're waving, they're friendly. Look at that, they've all family emotes got them now. Whether they are feigning tiredness or just being friendly in the bunch, those emotes really
Oh, that's trying to get some perspective. Small bump here that we're going up now. How does this compare to the actual clients of this thing? Something
Just showing us how it's done, and Simon Waters
Right.
is in the mix as well. Well, Michael
learning
Knudsen
about.
currently holds the course record on this course. In category 1, fastest time ever on the Australian Outerloop, but he's in the mix with 38 other riders and a number of teams today. The Alpha Joel squad: Turek, Yasin, Kaminsky and Jones. Boss Moves only: Osborne, Knudsen, Vink and Sassazadi. Cycle District has Alvarado in it. Farm Watch squad: Andreasen, Pucker, Noren and Planchero. The NC NSVE Marshall Wu. Jasal Betty from the Smarties, he's come up. Jakobs and Pedersen from the Venga Boys. Well, they are joined by Calvin, Kane, Mackie, Malure, Paradines, Lewis, Kane, Flubus, Kroll, Miloski, Kalen Moy, Trojanski, Skierski, Trzynski, Alfie, Nitsa Van Elf, Miller, Mayer, and Alpha Mardi.
Yeah,
It is
good find in the middle.
Knudsen holds the course record.
Agree, Darren.
Holds the course record when this is over. That we will wait to see. Should
I
take
think
about
from a
65
graphic
minutes, so
perspective, it's not that I don't like the world
I'm rolling out of start
or
and, across the board,
other riders move
Michael Knudsen,
more. So hard to figure out who's doing what distances,
Ollie Jones from the Alpha Joel squad.
pacing.
Ace,
It's a bit different. Strongly on this course before and taken a number of wins. I don't know how
So
far
he knows
the time will
exactly
be,
what's after. Martin Martin's
but
not
in
with
terms
us
of how long it'll
on
take.
Sunday race cup. He's taken a win here today.
I guess something around
a win on this course. I really
around
need
15
to,
minutes maybe.
double check my
Who's
words
gonna do
before they
what?
come out of my mouth today. Or I just need to get excited about the racing, and I'm afraid that's probably what is going to happen. But Barrett is on the front with Kisnowski at the moment in the category 2 race. The sprint, the first sprint of the day. And at this is the sprint, 2 riders out front, not pushing on, but giving some
Got a dude off front.
Lydia Simmons, Bigly Simmons, big lead in the sprint, big power, pushing on up to the really
Maybe you just want to go out and see the wheel.
And Elos getting the better of Simmons. That's positioning in the group. Elos coming from further back in the group than Simmons today. Even with those 2 riders out front, not giving Simmons as much of a draft as Elos took. So Elos in 1, picking up 5 points in that sprint competition and Simmons in 2, picking up 4 points. He's going to have to wait now till after the number 5 to see how he fares in the other 3 sprints of the day. While Perry in the Yasin and Jones. The Alpha
Running is good fun though.
Yasin is back. They are rolling in this push from Hayden.
Okay, I think I'll just Straight up to that Matthew guy.
Contention in terms of what's
Oh,
going on here.
and
Another
again.
push coming on the front here at the moment. All three of those riders from the Alpha squad know this course inside out. They've all
That was
raced
nice.
it.
Yeah.
Vujasin, Kaminsky and Jones all know what faces
That's
them
gonna be
today on the Outerloop course. Push coming on here at the moment at the front of the group. Well, that's just stretching the group out at the moment. I don't think it's going to do any damage to the group at all. We're not going to see riders come off the back, but we are indeed seeing the pace pick up, and that's what this is all about, keeping the pace high and not letting the riders recover too much from the rides at the front or three trying to go away. And we might see that. We might see riders trying to go clear. We might see other riders putting it back in because it's a 15-kilometre run to the bottom of the line. And you can find from the fact that it's going to split the group, but do you want to take everybody in? 38 riders on this actually it's a big pack. At the moment we've got 3 riders clear just down the road. Most of those riders in the pack
This was a good idea, Matt.
one of those riders, Michael Vink. Vink took the win last week. In fact, Vink's taken both the wins so far this month in both of those qualifiers. We've seen a big screen. Nice placement in the group. Not panicking about the riders down the road. Early doors at the moment. 3.1 kilometres into the 17-kilometre race. Well, Van Elst closing the gap at the moment and pushing on here. It is Marcin Trojnowski. Like a Polish contingent who are off the front at the moment. And Trojnowski at the front and Trzynski the rider following him. Blanchlow has got to. Michael Knudsen covered the move for the Bosnians only squad. Ollie Jones now looking to cover the move for the Alpha Joss squad. Each of the teams wanting to get a rider into that little breakaway movement. The question is, are they getting the rider into the breakaway or are they bringing the pack back? Stefan Van Elst now picking up the pace, so is Hayden Pucker. The pack are going to start to come back because pack do not want 5 riders to go clear and 5 riders
Geez, so there's steering going on.
this type of
Didn't know
course
that.
today. So they really do want to come back. You can see this. Look at the stretch on that pack behind. The chase is on to close it down, and the riders need to stay in that long tail until it touches the head of the race and it moves back together. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, they're dropping into the aquarium at the moment. Christoph Thiem in category 2 is one of the 2 riders. Only 2 riders who have won the top 5 this month in category 2 packs. The other rider being just stretch these legs on the front. SS is in there as well, so is Ika Morel. One of the coaches on MyWhoosh. You can catch him on the live coaching. And great sessions. The underwater tunnels before they climb out.
Yeah, I guess, Lois.
Category 2.
Didn't know that either.
Strongly.
Gotta turn my on.
As they drop into
That case.
that aquarium. Well, dropping into the end of the Sydney Sprint is the category 1 race.
Thanks, buddy.
Jeffrey Malure who went for that sprint. Jasper Paradine also. Paradine picking up the green skipping. Malure and Paradine having a great battle. Paradine picking it up from, but actually putting in second place in that sprint competition in category 1. Malure coming through for 3rd. So let's take a look at the times. Paradine's 12
No, Thomas.
seconds
3.
in category 1. Dorvin Ellos 11.5 quicker in category 2. Nicholas Fournier category 3.
Not gonna say
Van
just.
Berk in category 4. Look at that.
But it's got 3.
Michael Pruitt in category 5 and Marius Fosseed in category 6. Those
And I'm not gonna argue with the
holders of the
MyWhoosh boys over that.
suits. One for each of the categories. Talking about categories, this category almost have not stopped. It's been attack after attack after attack. They're 5.4 kilometres in and another group has gone. It contains the world champion as well. So Jason Osborne is in that leading group of 3 and Stefan Van Elst with Marshall Wu. Lucas Halen is in there as well. Really trying to pull this back now. Not letting them go. We've got 1 or 2 riders who are off the back of the group now. So the concerted Matt, my co-commentator who's on the BMX duty today, normally calls him the Iceman because of it. But it is indeed one cool, collected individual covering the gap at the moment. Stefan Van Els.
Thompson Rams.
Performances this year on the MyWhoosh Sunday Race Club. And he is indeed a great protagonist and racer, a great strategist as well. While the three riders at the moment down the road, Van Els, Safrazadi, Wu, Planchero, the riders closing this down. Lost it, the young rider from Australia, second in those Australian national championships.
I'm not doing anything great here.
I'm going to really look forward to seeing him
kind of small gap
as this year progresses. I imagine he is a rider who is going to be going for that World Championship qualification place, and we're probably going to see him in those MyWhoosh Championships. Signed Safrazadi, I hope we are also going to see him in those MyWhoosh Championships later in 2025. He raced those MyWhoosh Championships in 2023 and was a superb performer, particularly on the climbs. Him and Michael Nubson had some phenomenal battles. If you are interested and you want to join those MyWhoosh Championships for 2025, they take place between the 12th and the 19th.
Going up to the first round now.
$1 million prize pot across the men's and women's competition. 7
I don't know,
days
Thomas.
of racing. It's an 8-day stage race.
I don't care. All the prize money.
Flat races, hilly, mountain,
Just here to
individual time trials.
Get a race in, really.
There's a GC competition based on cumulative time. There's a team competition, a mountains competition, and a sprint competition. Not just GC, but there's an under-23 competition and a
fitness semi-finals.
45s and overs.
Not until
all 6 categories like we see at the Sunday Race Club. So it is going to be a huge undertaking and a massive race. I am, for one, am really looking forward to it. I love watching
a month further out.
And stage racing
compared to last year.
Esports is absolutely brilliant as well. There is an events page on MyWhoosh. You can click on the MyWhoosh Championship. The road book is out. Registration opens on the 23rd of June. The road book contains all the routes, all the maps, all that information is there. The only thing we are awaiting on is the start times of the men's and women's race. They will be coming out shortly. Take a look at all that information. Get yourselves ready, because you too could be on that start line for those MyWhoosh Championships and that $1 million prize pot. A number of the riders that we see on the Sunday Race Club will be on that start line. I can absolutely guarantee. One thing I can guarantee is that racing is going to be superb. And it really adds a different dimension. Racing 8 days, one rest day, following all of those competitions. It's so exciting. You see people come to the fore with their specialist this year. You see the sprinters come to the fore, the climbers come to the fore. The all team competition, the support the riders give each other. Daniel Dotto, we can see at the moment. Well, he's got no support out there at the moment, but I bet he's got a fan club somewhere, because Daniel Dotto is on the camera climb at the moment. Category 6. He's got a 22-second gap over Junior Silva. The rider on the screen at the moment, you can see tapping a great rhythm. Hydration by the side. But he's 23 seconds clear of Silva, 40 seconds clear of the chase group, which is being led by Milostick, Winfield, Warren and Wolf. Great rising from Daniel Dotto. This is a great dash. Can he stay clear? When he gets to the top of the camera climb, where he is more than likely to take that polka dot skin suit and the climbing competition today, he's got a 24.3 kilometre run to the finish, and I can tell you, the later starting race fields are highly likely to catch the earlier starting race fields on that run to the finish line. It's just the nature of the racing. The later starting race fields run faster, they at a higher pace. They will sweep up the earlier starting categories. The packs are coming together at the moment. You can see Dotto and Silva we are in with at the moment. So Daniel Dotto 30 seconds up the climb. Silva here in 2. The pack behind Lostic, Warren, Winfield, Wolf, Toro. They're around 13-14 seconds back. For me, we do see groups close gaps, particularly when we get to the other side of this, because it's a long descent, and then other than, I'm going to say, bumps in the road, to the finish. It really is. And if you're in a group, you're going to run fast. You can close gaps down. We saw earlier in the women's race 34-second gaps get closed down, where the gap was around 34, 35 seconds at the top of the climb. By the time they came to the finish line, the gap was closed and it was a full-on sprint. Their finish line was 10k closer than the men's. There's a further 10 kilometres here for the groups to catch. So expect bigger gaps than 30 seconds to be closed down. Well, Daniel Dotto is on our screen on the left-hand side. His avatar and in person, he's on the front of this Category 6 race. Junior Silva up and out the saddle. The cadence at 45 revs per minute at the moment. Two very different climbing styles we're seeing on the screen at the moment. Dotto sat down, cadence at 80, 82, trying to tap a rhythm, really trying to keep that cadence rolling. He's going to see the polka dot banner very, very shortly. Junior Silva, the cadence much slower, standing up out of the saddle. A very different style of riding here. Working for both of them. You've got to go with what works for you as an individual. Try things out, yes, but go with what works for you. Well, line of Yasin will work for you. They are all back together again. Well, I say that, but then Jon Andreasen is indeed at the front of the group line of Yasin, Marshall, Wu Van Els, Jason Osborne. Halen is there as well. Off the back of the group, we've got one or two riders. So this pack has been split. And those earlier attacks that literally started from the gun in Category 1 has meant we've lost riders off the back of the group in a number of different attacks. They're climbing out of the aquarium at the moment. And coming to the top of that section, they're then going to run from here at 11k to the 15.3 kilometre marker, where they start on the Canberra climb. The Category 2 riders are a little bit further ahead of them on the road at the moment, but Andreasen, Hayland, Yasin at the front of that Category 1 pack. In the Category 2 pack, well, you can see they are around 3.5 minutes ahead.
Anyone knows if there's drafting?
Menostic, Skirsi, Zari, Don, Quintero, Santo, Stepanak, all in there. They're going to come to the climb before the Category 1 riders. Big pack, tight together. They too are rolling strongly. But you can see the Category 1 pack rolling faster. 43 kilometres an hour for Category 1, 37 kilometres an hour for Category 2. Both riders we were in with then, both riding Zone 2. So interestingly, those packs rolling very similar. In terms of Category 6, Daniel Dotto is going to be the first rider all of our races at the top of the Canberra climb today. That's the polka dot banner, and I tell you, that's one rider who's going to be very, very pleased to see that. So Daniel Dotto goes over with a 38-second gap on the chase group. Junior Silva has been pulled back into that chase group. So it is Daniel Dotto in one, leading the Category 6 race with a 30-second gap on the chase group. He's going to go across the top section here. Solo in that polka dot ski suit, and then he's going to start descending the other side. The chase group behind. It's going to be interesting to see the total number of riders in that chase group. But Category 5 pack, well, there's no lone leader there. It is a pack with 8, 9, I reckon that's around 10 riders in that leading group. Bavaria, the Wang, Polaka, Arias, Villada, Smithson, Pruitt, Dawson, all in the group. Now Martin Wang, the Danish rider, who's been riding really strongly in Category 5 recently. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I can confirm the pack in Category 6 have now gone over the line. 7 riders in that following group. Let me just give you that information before we go in with Category 5. So Daniel Dotto in 1, Winfield Silva, Warren Wolf, Menostic, Toro and Cadabona. The 7 riders chasing in Category 6. In Category 5, we are in with Polaka at the moment, up and out of the saddle, dancing on those pedals as he pushes through to second place at the moment in Category 5, as well as Bavaria is just pushing on here, pushing for that polka dot skin suit. So Bavaria pushing for that polka dot skin suit in the Category 5 race. Just one climb today. Whoever tops this climb picks up not just the segment place, but the overall sprint competition. It is awarded to Mario in category 5. He comes off the pace, he comes off the power to recover and let the group come back to him. It will be a group as well, so whilst one rider goes over at the head of that category 3 race, Dawson, Laka, Vinada, Pruitt very, very quickly come through, so Smithson, Wang and Mokhtarin. So Kendall, Mountier and Mortek are also now through. So that is going to be a group of 11 riders in category 5. So category 6, it's 8. Category 5, it's 11. Category 4 are going to be the next riders to see the top of the climb. They've got around 350 metres to go till they get to that polka dot banner. One of these riders is going to push on shortly to try and pick up that polka dot swimsuit. But this is one big as we watch the category 4 pack shouldering their way up the top of the climb. There's an attack going on in category 2. Patrick Stepanak is pushing on. He wants the pace to lift and he's gone straight up into zone 6. He's on the 16 kilometres. He's on the climb with the rest of the pack. Nobody had poked their nose out into the wind. Stepanak, well, he's decided it's time to go. The early slopes are a little bit kinder than the later ones, and he's trying to get a gap early. Category 4, we've got 2 riders at the moment going head to head, 3 riders, 4 riders, maybe 5 riders going head to head here for the polka dot skin suit. Trent Stevenson pushing on, Daniel Moretti sprinting for that polka dot banner. Moretti absolutely desperate to take those polka dots for that climbing competition. Is it going to stay with him? Yes, it is. So Daniel Moretti kicked to 9 watts per kilo to take that polka dot skin suit and that climbing competition. He backs off down to zone 2. It's time to recover. Time to let the group come back together again. Let's just take a little look at how many riders in that group. So Moretti, Ramirez, Stevenson, Almeida, Marin, Brook, Kirchner, Pedoncini, Pino, Reyes, Grove, Giuliano and Van Erlen. 13 riders in that leading group in category 4. Well, there's not 13 riders in the leading group in category 1 at the moment. It's Kaminsky and Plantero. Kaminsky on the screen at the moment. Time to give us a thumbs up as he dances on those pedals alongside Mikel Plantero as they go into the early slopes of the climb here in Australia on the Outerloop, the Canberra climb. Under their wheels, Mikel Plantero has decided the only way is up and leading from the front. That's what the Frenchman is doing. Mikel Kaminsky's a couple of moves, John Lewis, Jason Osborne, I think Ollie Jones, Marshall Wu, all in there. Interesting to see how Marshall Wu goes this week. We didn't see him. We haven't seen him over the last couple of weeks on the Sunday race up. Prior to that, he's been pulling in some sterling performances and some really strong rides. Christoph Flubus is in here as well. Hayden Pucker. Ricardo Panizza. Panizza normally rides well on these strong long climb sides. Safrazadi is here as well. It's going to be a great race, this one, and the climb now starting not quite in earnest. They're currently at around 4.6%. The gradient will get a lot steeper. 3 course segments to this climb. The first one kicks to around 13%, the second one to around 12%, and then the final step really goes to around 16%. Category 2 are 1 kilometre ahead of category 1. That's still a very big group on the road at the moment as well. And it's going to be an interesting group because I think category 2, well, it's our largest race for today by some way. 55 riders on the start sheet in category 2. And I think we really are going to see a big pack of riders go over the top of this climb. And a big pack coming for a sprint finish. Patrick Stepanak, the early protagonist in category 2 when they got onto those lower slopes, has now been brought back into the pack, but he's right at the front of the race. Gonzari is there, so is Dallas and Ramirez, David John, Julien Quintero is in the mix, the riders pushing on and really wanting to keep the pace high. They're coming up onto the flat section. There is some respite on the way. I don't know whether it really is called respite, but the gradient does give a little at the top of those steps. Now, one of the riders we were in with earlier in category 3, Martin Matheson, the Danish rider, back on our screens again, pushing on here in the category 3 race, pushing on strongly. He's about to come towards the top of the climb. That's the polka dot banner for category 3. He's 28 seconds clear of the chase behind. Christian Montoya, Andre Didic are behind him, but Matheson doing a great ride. Look at this. This is pain on his legs. He's just got to keep this going. He knows one or two of those riders will need to put in a final third, take that polka dot skin seat behind him, and he knows he's got to keep pushing till that banner. There it is. The banner is over. He's over the top of the climb. He can sit back down. He can take some recovery now, unless he wants to go clear all the way. But it's a long run. It's nearly 25 kilometres now to the finish line. Most riders, when they go over the top of that polka dot banner, then take the respite, recover, let the group come back together. Oh, that's category 3. This is category 1. They are much further down the slopes in Canberra at the moment. And the pack, is splitting now in category 1. The pace is on the front. We're in with Christoph Flubus at the moment. One of the riders towards the back of this group, Mikhail Kaminski, is there as well. Daniel Turek, Johan Noren, Mikhail Plancho a little bit further back. So is Michael Knudsen. There we go. We're dropping in with Christoph Flubus at the moment. You can see him up and out of the saddle. Oh, thank you for the hello. That was really great. Just keep on driving. Drive those pedals. Stay in that grip. Do not let it go. Niall Pedersen is the rider. He's closing down, and he hasn't really closed that down. Great job, great effort. Back on the flat section. A little bit of respite now. Very, very small period of time. Just a micro rest or two. But even at the paces, category 1 riders are pushing it. Christoph Flubus doing a great job on the back of this leading group here. Jones, Wu, Osborne, Fink, Van Elst. Just a who's who here. They've got a second point, or just on the back there. It's Turek, Knudsen at 8 seconds, Kaminski at 8 seconds. Noren is back there as well, so is Plancho and Knudsen. These are the riders who have been dropped from that group now. But Michael Wilson pushing on at the moment. Like I say, the camera is helpful. Could take this in 2 different ways. You can either go big push, micro rest, big push, micro rest, or you can just go top of the pace in there. Different riders run the race climb in different ways. Top the climb. Seen on the road, that on Grand Tours as well. If you ever watch Geraint Thomas race, he likes a solid pace up the climb. Quite often you see a big high-paced attack gap him on the climb. He can just keep his own pace and close it down. Exactly what Michael Knudsen is doing at the moment here in category 1. Well, if we head to the front of the race, 28.6 kilometres. This is the category 5 pack. They have worked their way through a large section of the category 6 race field. This is the category 5 leading. Just 8 riders now ahead of them on the race field. The 8 riders will be the leading group of the category 6 race. Matt Smithson in blue in that leading group with Adam Dawson et al. It was 11 riders last time we were in with that category 5 race pack. Category 6, Daniel Dotto had gone clear on the climb. It was around the 34-35 second gap that he had. It's now down to 13 seconds, and Vladimir Toro, the rider in second place, Joel Warren, Cababona, Winfield, Silva and Milostic all chasing behind. That gap is coming down, and at some point Dotto needs to decide what he's going to do. He's still got 15k to go, and the pack are going to roll quicker. He's currently rolling at 41 kilometres an hour. The pack on the right-hand side of the screen, admittedly this is a category 5 pack, but there are category 6 riders in it. They're rolling at 47 kilometres an hour, and you are going to see that now. The pack's behind.
I tell you guys, it's so much faster downhill than I am.
Really good gap to stay clear for this run into the finish. It is such to the checkered flag. Packs will roll fast and sweep up riders on the way. Oh, we're talking about packs rolling fast, packs climbing fast as well. Because Category 2, the 19.1 kilometre marker, we're in with side Carradine, Todd, Allen and Simon. So those three riders on the screen. They are part of the screen.
But decided not to push too hard.
Chucky's first win on the Sunday Race Club.
I get caught.
Fabulous to see. And so pleased to take that win. Hard work this is. Walter, Gonzari, Under, Biarhead, Damsgaard, Santo, Pinto, Nico, all in this group. The climb is so steep. They are just on the side of them. Micro races going on before it hits again us final section goes to 16%.
They're just so close.
Well, dancing their way down the slopes are.
It's really group.
Michael Fingers put his ice vest on. He's cool, calm, collecting well.
Soon we're down.
Here next to Jason Osborne on the climb. Stefan Van Elst trying to go with these two riders. Jason Osborne, the world champion in that rainbow jersey. Michael Fingers rider in yellow behind him. Ollie Jones, Stefan Van Elst, Marshall Wu, Lionel Yassin, Side Safdie. They're only 4 seconds back. Then the rest of the category 1 pack littered down the back of the climb at the moment. Big Mountain South cadence of around 70, 483, 500 watts and tops now trying to close down that gap to Osborne. Osborne just pushed on them slightly to extend the gap. Now Fink closes it down back onto his wheel. They're about to go past Damon Kisnowski, and let me tell you, Damon Kisnowski in category 2 is no slouch. Osborne and Fink now trying to move away from the rest of the category 1 race field. Ollie Jones leading the charge behind at 7 seconds. So the power and pace of Fink and Osborne. These two are going to the ones to watch later this year on the run up to those world championships. The format is going to be really interesting for them because once we get further details of those formats, lots of points on offer through sprints, through climbs, through different types of racing. Tactics are going to be important. The number of riders who qualify from each nation, how much they ride in races, team is going to be important. Those semi-finals, the date has been published in October. The finals in November.
Getting caught in a bit.
That is going to be great. But will Fink and Osborne
I don't know how big the group is.
only time will tell. They are currently climbing side by side behind this group of category 2 riders. They are at the 20-kilometre marker. They've got around 650 metres to go until they see that popular excuses. It's the moment Sangster there, Valley's there, Santos there, Monberg is about 5 seconds back.
They need to make an effort.
Pushing on now, the riders are going to be starting to think about who's going to take the polka dot skin suit and how many riders are they going to try and get in the leading group to ride away over the top of the climb. So the fastest time on this course, the course record at the moment, 65 minutes, 45 seconds, Knudsen. Back in January 2024, 18 months ago, the course record was set on the Australia Outerloop. It's an old favourite, like a cosy jumper. One you haven't put on in a long time that comes out of the wardrobe and just reminds you the kick in the middle. And that kick in the middle is the camera climb. Jason Osborne, Michael Fingers, two riders on the left-hand side of the screen, tapping their way up here in category 1. Category 2, well, they are only about 150 metres ahead of them. Osborne and Fink are coming up onto the leading group in category 2 very, very quickly. They started 5 minutes behind the category 2 race field and they're working their way through. In fact, you can see on that right-hand corner of your screen, the jerseys of the category 1 pack really now starting to get mixed with the category 2 riders all the way up the Canberra climb. Osborne and Fink have just gone past Niall Beatty, the climber in category 3. They're about to come onto Frederick Gombert, David Kolaski, Mark Santo, as they continue their charge up the Canberra climb. Question is by the time they get to the top of the Canberra climb, can they have gone past the entire Category 2 race field? I wouldn't put it past them. I really, really wouldn't. The thing is then we may well see is the rest of the Category 1 chasing pack gets swept up with the Category 2 riders, and it'd be really, really interesting whether they can tow them back to the front of the Category 2 race field. This is the front of the Category 2 race field, and Peter Milostic is doing the business on the climb. He's gone underneath the polka dot banner.
Oh, there's many in here.
Looking to set the fastest time. Godzari goes through after him. So Peter Milostic setting the fastest time. Arvin Godzari coming through in 2. Patrick Stefanak in 3. Tor Allingen, Simon also Jonas Bjarhead. Nicholas Damsgaard, X100, Carlos Ospina and David Darn. The top 10 riders in Category 2 going over the climb together as Michael Vink goes over and takes the polka dot skin suit, Jason Osborne. Now you need to watch because Vink in polka dot, Osborne in white with rainbow bands. They are both Category 1 riders. So Michael Vink's fastest time, 12 minutes 51 seconds. McCarthy's time in the women's race, 15 minutes. So you can see where we're at. Not too far behind Peter Milostic would Kate McCarthy have been his time in Category 2. Martin Matheson in Category 3, Daniel Moretti Category 4, Oswaldo Bavaria Category 5, and Daniel Dotto in Category 6. They set the fastest time and pick up the polka dot skin suits. Interesting to see the Category 2 leading pack mixed with Vink and Osborne. It's going to be interesting to see how long they stay there. Well, actually, it's the chasing group. The leading pack is a little bit further down the road, around 350 metres. The question will be, will Vink and Osborne continue to work? How much will this chasing group work? And how much will the Category 1-2 riders sit in this group versus push on? Only time will tell, but Milostic, Stepanak, Walter and Bjarhead, these riders together at the moment. So 3 riders currently leading the Category 2 race on the descent. It's not far. The chasing pack is not far behind, around 7 or 8 seconds. It's a big chasing group. Ika Morel, Philip Graves, Van He, Nico Carradine, all in with Vink and Osborne at the moment. Vink happy to take a little bit of respite, a little bit of recovery on the back of the pack on the descent at the moment, a little bit further up the road. The groups are all coming together. They're at 34.8 kilometres. They're about to come round to what was the women's finish. It's not the men's finish. This is Wilson Villada at the moment on your screens. He's part and parcel of the Category 5 race. 1 or 2 Category 6 riders still down the road ahead of them. But this leading Category 5 is sweeping up the Category 6 riders. Given the nature of this course, there are a few rollers. We're coming up to one of them at the moment. This is just a shy of 2% at the moment. The road goes a little bit upwards, but it's not long. These riders are able to stay in to the faster moving groups behind because of this pace, because of the draft available. And that's what this Category 6 group are doing with this Category 5 group. It's not illegal. It's absolutely fine. It's completely within the rules. The Category 6 packs start earlier than Category 5, 5 minutes, and those gaps enable us to try and get all the finishes together so we can cover as much of the racing as possible and call all 6 race leaders home. Now, the only rider clear now of this
was Daniel
Dotto, the Category 6 leader. He's on the left.
I think everyone in here is either climbing.
He's got around 150 metres.
A bit of everything.
And around
I'm a bit of everything.
13 seconds. He's continuing to push. He's continuing to stay clear. It's an interesting question whether it's
just
a good
recovering
time.
right now.
He's still got 10 kilometres of racing to do, and the pack behind the rolling
And
on.
sometimes getting ready to push a bit.
It's challenging
Again.
to compare the paces, but 31 kilometres versus 30 kilometres, but they are going at the 7th graded with using a 2.5% negative. So when you can find them on the flat piece of ground, then try and compare the pace. The large pack on the right-hand side will be rolling quickly. There's no two ways about it. He's coming out of the sprint, they're going into the sprint. It is just
what I meant
really
earlier,
interesting
right?
race
Because if
field.
you're
46 kilometers an hour, this pack go into the
getting
sprint.
dropped
I think
in
Rocco's
your
time
calories,
is limited. It's
and you
now
can
down
on
to
flat
9 seconds.
rides
Rider
like
really
this,
just needs, I think, to
get
go
picked up.
I need to sit in the group now. I need to recover, and I need to.
All on categories that are stronger and faster. And you can sit remember
Sprint. This is indeed the sprint at the 36.5 kilometre marker. This is the Wollongong sprint here. Counter sprint already done. The Wollongong sprint now. John Warren picking up the points in category 6 race. Patrick Water picking up the points in category 5 race. Now, just as a caveat, there are obviously more riders out on the course who may be looking to contend for sprint competition. And they could indeed sprint from behind. That sprint competition is live until all the riders in the category have gone through that sprint segment. So do bear in mind those positions could change. Now, at the head of the category 2 race, we've got Stepanak, 100, Godzari, Milostic, Biarhead, and Walter. Damsgaard, Chord, Alan Jung are a little bit behind, so it's looking like we've got riders in contention, 4 behind.
And everyone else can feel it.
7 riders could very well come back again very, very shortly. The chasing riders are not far behind. The chasing group containing Vinkenhoff, 2 leaders in category 1 race, only at 14 seconds here. So we could see all 3 groups in this category 2 race converge into one large group at the front, particularly with the drive from Vink and Osborne behind. It's all go here in Australia on the course in Wollongong today. It's a big, long, flat run to the finish. 6 race fields out on the road. Vink and Osborne continuing to push, seeming to be content in this group. Pushing on now, that's coming to the back of the group behind. Now there are only 3 riders clear at the front, so these groups now converging with flat runs. 27.4 kilometres, category 1 leaders find themselves in. Ollie Jones, also in a category 2 pack. He's with Marshall Wu.
People can get away.
Jones and Wu currently 3rd and 4th in the category 1 race. They're about 300 metres down on the group containing Vink and Osborne, but the category 2 pack making the most of the fact they've got 2 category 1 riders to sit in with. Ivan Yuki is one of those riders sitting in, so is Maciej Mendakovic. They sit on the back of Jones and Wu and let Jones and Wu do the work to catch. You can see the difference in the pace of the groups travelling at the moment.
So it's just Cat A, not this group is
Vink and Osborne continue to push on and take the category 2 group with them. Let's take a look at where we are on this course. We're in Australia on the Outerloop course, and we are indeed now heading towards that Melbourne sprint. So the front of the race going through the Melbourne sprint. The majority of the race fields now all on that final 10 kilometre run into the finish.
it's not like there are any quick. The group's starting to come together and really forming big bunches on the road. Highly likely we're going to see multiple sprints here today as we come through the Wollongong sprint. The Melbourne sprint continuing at 8k. Once that's finished, it's just a 3 kilometre run to the line, and you can see here the groups on the road. So on the left hand side of the screen, you've got the category 1 leaders with a huge chase group in category 2. They're just 10 seconds now off of the leading trio in category 2. Vink and Osborne have caught all bar the top 3. X100, Stepanak and Milostic are 10 seconds down the road. At the front of the race, the category 5 and the category 6 race fields have come together. There's one huge group of riders on the front of this race as well. Now, Melbourne sprint at the 41 kilometre marker. No one in the race will be finished yet. We are still with more than 5 k to go at the front, but
Ramsgaard is there, Yarhead is there. We said at the start of this race, the Category 2 race field was wide open today because only 2 of the riders who have finished in the top 5 this month are in the race field. So much progression into that Category 1 race field over the last couple of months on the MyWhoosh Sunday race field, which has been fabulous to see and totally rewarding. So Kalman has gone up this week, Khan came, Burt came, Jasinski has gone up as well. You know, just our betting as the Category 1 leaders
really
and Jason Osborne go through that sprint banner. Not contending the Canberra sprint, but continuing to ride and continuing to push. The pack go in, the leaders come out, and take a look at that. The group is caught. So the 4 riders clear at the front of this Category 2 race now being brought into the pack.
We get over the top here in the next one. We have
Peter Losty, all being pulled in.
Not much to go downhill.
Well, Jason Osborne picks up the fastest time in Category 1, but we've only had 2 riders from Category 1 go through the sprint so far. But he does indeed pick up the mantle for now. Ike Morel does in Category 2, Nicholas Fournier in Category 3, Rick Van Erck in Category 4, Mike Broadbent in Category 5, Marius Fossid in Category 6, setting the fastest times live at the moment through the Canberra sprint. And I say live at the moment, it is live until all those race fields are through that sprint. And you know what? Anything can happen, and anything is happening at the moment because now Fink and Osborne have caught the entire Category 2 race field. And they continue to push on in the Category 2 race field, desperate to stay on their wheels. Fink and Osborne desperate to go clear. Can they go clear? Well, Vink is dialing it on the front at the moment. The question is, are Michael Vink and Jason Osborne in communication with each other? I would think they probably are.
This is really steady state. They can see the profile
they
on the map.
both train together. Well, there you go. Look at that. Michael Vink, Matthias Van Heek.
I've seen so many times.
Part of that Category 2 pack. Vink part and parcel of the Category 1 leading duo. All in
from time to
that
time
group on the road.
in this race alone. That
Van Heek and Vink on the screens at the moment.
is just a much faster
Osborne and
attack.
Vink leading the Category 1 race.
I get it there.
Godzari, Morel, Milostic, Alan Jung, all part and parcel of the Category 2 pack. They are just going to sit on the wheels of Osborne.
Maybe
They've got, well, take a look at that.
after
They've got 12.5 kilometres
sprint.
to the finish line. How long will Vink and Osborne
41.8.
sit in this group? There's no reason for them to leave the group. The group is rolling strongly. The group is rolling fast. It is going to roll into the back of other race fields potentially. At the head of the race, there's one more big pack. This is the Category 5 leaders and the Category 6 leaders. They're at the 42.6 kilometre marker. They don't have 10k to go at all. They have a much shorter distance to go. So they're currently coming up towards the 2 kilometre to go marker. And there are 2 leading fields here, joined as one. So the Category 2 and 1 race ongoing, 10k behind Category 5 and 6 race as they come into one of the final climbs on this section. The climb is now a short and sharp. There are not a lot of them and they are not going to do a huge amount of damage to the pack, but they may split. And I use the word may because they may not split or they may split this pack. But it is continually changing the gradient. You see the gradient on the top right hand corner of the screen. It is positive, it is negative, and the riders, if they push, they need to pay close attention. You might see riders going off the back of the group, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. They need to they need to dig deep to stay in this group. They need to make the most of the draft, and they need to be in the draft. The draft comes at 5 metres. If you've ever ridden on MyWhoosh and you see that sign that says at 10 metres, at 9, at 8, at 7, at 6, you've got to really be at 5 metres to make the benefit of the draft with those power numbers to go through. That is
41.8.
Mortek is on the front with Smith and Vilaka. Villada and Dawson. They're in the blue jerseys of Category 5. Purple jerseys of Category 6. Jackson is in there. Cadabona is in there. Let's not forget there are skin
And then maybe
suits,
just try to continue from there.
of the sprint leaders. There are polka dot skin suits of the climb leaders. The numbers are the only thing that will separate the riders' categories on those jerseys. Well, this group has all come back together again after that dig on that climb. They're coming up to 1k to go. We're in with Dawson, Villada, Rooney and Fabra. They are lining up for the finish. We have 1,000 metres to go in Category 5 and 6. Jeff Rooney in the mix, known for his long climbing efforts and his huge levels of endurance. Lining up for the sprint here, the Category 5 riders. Kendall, Smithson, Pruitt, Rooney, Villada, Rooney, Abbott, Lotto lining up from the Category 6 race. We're going to take these riders into the finish, I think. Oh, fabulous window into our riders. Well done, running to the finish. We take the corner here. We've got 600 meters.
Only have like 4 kilometers to go.
On the front, up to 4 kilo at the moment. Not towards the main infinitely first who's going to roll in the sprint. We're looking for the numbers to go, but at the moment they are looking at everybody else. Who's on the back of the group? That's who you want to be watching. We're going to call Category 5 and Category 6 into the finish at the same time. 250 metres to go, and Palaka goes at 7 watts per kilo, 8 watts per kilo, Mountie is at 10, Fossey is at 12. We've got the sprint winner here from Category 6. Now he takes the overall title as well. Palaka's going to Dawson's in the Category 5 race. Dawson's going large in the Category 5 race.
I mean, the next sprint. I don't know.
That was a phenomenal sprint. Adam Dawson, honestly, at the time he took the win. Driving was to perfection. Adam
Oh, this tight fell off.
What a sprint. Category 6, it was Marius Fossett from Joel Warren. Let's just take a quick roundup, and I mean quick. So Fossett from Warren, from Fabra, from Dadson, from Cadabona in Category 6. In Category 5, it was Dawson from Smithson, from Villada, from Pulaka, from Mountier. Top 5. Well, that's the top 5 in Category 6 and Category 5. Category 4 are very shortly on the run-in. They're at 900 metres go. Moretti, Brook, Pino, Stevenson, Almeida, Kirchner, all in the mix. It is a big group as well. And we've got Category 5 pack rolling hot on their heels as well at the moment. On the right-hand side of the screen, Category 3 are coming into the final 3 kilometres to go as well. But this is a good-sized group of Category 4 riders as well. How cagey is this sprint going to be? See someone go wrong. It's come down to the last 250 metres, like we saw in Category 5 and 6. I love these final stages where everybody looks at each other. Everybody wonders who's going to go first. Ramirez is putting in a little bit of power, just making sure, not wanting to go too early. Oh, here we go. Ramirez is going now. Ramirez is going big, 11 watts per kilo. Ramirez is going early. Kirchner kicks. He's nearly at 14 watts per kilo. What can Paolo Kirchner do? Can Kirchner take this? Who is coming to the fore here? Paolo Kirchner. Daniel Moretti is coming. So is Pino. Pino is coming hard and fast. So is Brook. They're coming through, but this is the line. And we've got Franklin Almeida on the front here. So Almeida takes it from Pino, from Brook. Timing is everything in this sprint. Franklin Almeida takes that today from Tim Matteo Pino. What a sprint. Ariev takes 4th place today from Paolo Kirchner. Moretti takes 6th from Stevenson. 8th. Well, the sprints are not disappointing today here on the Outerloop in Australia. Category 3 are going to be the next race field rolling in. We've got Kochkov, Cowman, Diver, Timo, Van Bergen, all in the next on that screen. And what can I tell you? Other than Jason Osborne has ridden away from Michael Fink on
You need to.
Osborne. So leading the category 2 race in the category 1 race. That's an interesting move. Michael Vink at 10 seconds with Yarhead Graves and Gnostic Water a little bit further back. So it's all change in that category 1, category 2 race. They've still got some way to go, but on the right hand side of the screen, the category 3 categories, they are coming up to 2 kilometres to go. So with 6 kilometres to go, Jason Osborne is leading the category 1 race. He's got around 7 or 8 seconds on Michael Vink and the rest of that category 2 pack. X100 has pushed on hard to go in and stuck to his little loop. On the right hand side of your screen, we are watching the category 1 race unfold though, and it is indeed Martin Matheson who's gone early. Matheson has indeed gone. It's the first long run range move we have seen on the run into the Philharmonic. The other race fields have left it to the final 300 metres, but they are on your screen. Yeah, fell up, and that was substitute. Calman still waiting. Timing for Calman. Martin Matheson, the rider from Denmark, on the front here. But he's got 400 metres to go, and the rest of them are coming. Kochkov fell. Montoya, Guidance, Van Belleghem. Has Matheson gone too early? Has he gone another tip? He's up and out the sideline line. Sheila, yeah, then it's gone. Guidance just picked it well. Who's going to come over the top? Scarring out comes out to choose a win. That's the line. Konchakov is there. Guidance, Kansara. Konchakov. Is it going to be Konchakov?
Race.
Is it going to be Diduch? Diduch, I think, takes that from Konchakov from Fell. Going to wait for final results to confirm that. But
Way too late. Shoot it, that should have been a win.
Andre Diduch takes that 17:50 from Henrik Hoyer. Martin Matheson takes third place. Fell takes fourth. Konchakov takes fifth. Tidholm takes sixth. Kansara takes seventh. Montoya takes eighth. Van Belleghem takes ninth. 0.7 of a second separating the top 9 players in category 3. Calman comes through to 10. Morgan, Kennett, Solar comes through to 13. And I tell you, we have already got 17 riders through in category 3. Amazingly fast racing. An amazing sprint yet again. So the question for me is, are we going to see sprints in category 1 and category 2? Or are we going to see 2 lone leaders come across the line in those top spots? Well, at the moment, it's looking like 2 lone leaders. Let's have a little look here. So on the left-hand side of your screen, we've got Jason Osborne and Michael Vink. No, we haven't. We've got Jason Osborne. Sorry, let me start again. On the left-hand side of your screen,
Hey.
we've got Jason Osborne and X100.
Thanks,
2
guys.
lone